So, upper body, shoulders. So we've got sticks and rollers, hopefully. All right, so sitting on your mat. So we start again as we often do, just sitting on the mat, rocking from side to side on those seat bones. I'll hold behind my thighs first thing in the morning and keep myself up on my middle bottom. So I just sort of pull myself forward, open the chest and just get ready. And then take that movement smaller and smaller so you feel both seat bones into the floor. Pop your hands on the floor behind and just push yourself up and forward so we get that back really nice into neutral spine, focusing on the pelvis being vertical. Chest forward and take the chin all the way up to the sky. Really stretch that neck up. And then pull that chin down and put it into your chest. And then lift that chin up. Push it up to the sky, making sure you're still keeping your front of your body stretched up. You're not collapsing. And then bring that chin down into your chest. You can see your feet, make sure they're parallel and pointing up. Turn the eyes towards the right-hand side of your right leg and turn your head to follow and just stretch the outside of the left side of your neck. And pull that chin down a bit further. Bring the head back to center and take the eyes to the left-hand side of your left leg. And pull that chin down and stretch. Release the head, pushing the chest forwards, really pulling forwards onto your front bottom. And then rest on your middle bottom, take your hands away, pop your hands on your thighs. And breathing in on the out breath, just slide the hands forward and roll forwards towards your toes. And then sit yourself up. Take hold of your roller. Taking hold of your roller. Just rest your elbows on it and just lean. We're just going to lean back on it. So it's on the bottom ribs. So I'm just going to lean back and allow myself, have my knees a bit soft, just allow myself to open over it. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Breathing in and out, and then come back up. So we're literally just opening the body over it. Then come back up and move the roller a few inches further up towards the shoulders. And lay over it again. Breathing in, out. Just touch the head on the floor and come back up. Don't stay in one place for too long. It's quite hard on the vertebra. And then move it up towards the shoulders a little bit more. And then open over it and come back up. And then move it a touch more. And then open over it. So I'm literally just laying back, come back up. And then move it a few inches. So it's up around my shoulders now. Laying back and coming back up. And all the way back at the top. So relax that head. Take those hands above your head towards the wall, palms together and push them straight. Stretch those shoulders. Slide those hands back. Take hold of your head and your hands if you need and just lift your head up and then bend your knees. And rest the head back again and we're just going to roll that roller all the way down to the bottom rib. And slowly all the way back up to the neck. Down to the bottom rib. And all the way back to the neck. Down to the bottom rib. Keeping the bum low and the head low. And all the way back up. Good, one more. And then we're going to move the roller, or move ourselves onto the right-hand side. So we're just rolling on the ribs on the right-hand side. So So we're off the spine and we're just on those ribs and over that shoulder blade. So we're just moving the rib ends against the spine. And then we're going to roll over. Keep on going over until we go all the way onto that right hand side. All the way up and down. So let your right arm go straight up over your head. And go down to the bottom rib, through the shoulder blade, up into the armpit, and just onto the top of your arm here. And the more tender it is, the more you put the weight on your legs and on your other spare hand. When you find lumpy, knotty bits, just stop and just kind of rock backwards and forwards. So my neck's a bit sore, so I'm just going to support my head with my hand, and I'm just rocking forwards and back over there. I tend to get knotty at the bottom of my shoulder blade. So just rocking, you can feel the knots, and then just moving in the knot, just like you're kneading it with a rolling pin. Good. Good, rocking forwards and backwards. And then do the full length again. All the way up, all the way down. And then we're going to roll back over towards the back. So this is where a long roller is good, because it doesn't matter how much you meander up and down it, you always stay on it. Okay, then go all the way back onto your back. Relax that head and neck again. Good. So as you take the roller down to your waist, stretch your head down towards the floor, keep your bum low. And then we're going to roll over onto the left hand ribs. So we're just gently going up and down through that shoulder. Gently up and down. And then over onto that left hand side. Good. Keeping that left arm straight up. So the upper arm's level with my ear. Trying to keep my body straight. So again, when you find lumpy bits, tender bits, just rolling backwards and forwards a bit to knead them out. Good, and then full movement. And then roll the whole length. And then gradually rolling back onto the ribs on that left-hand side. So slightly more off the side. And then the whole length of the spine. Back onto your back again. Good. All the way down and all the way up. Okay, stop with the roller at the shoulders. Bring the chin into the chest and lift yourself up off it. Okay, hop the roller out of the way. And come back onto your mat. And we're going to roll over onto our tummy. Roll over onto the tummy. And we're going to just stretch the shoulders out a little bit. So take the arms into a pitchfork position. Lengthen those legs away. I'll do my right hand first. So do the arm away from the computer so you can see what I'm doing. So do the arm away from the computer. So actually I'll do the left arm. So I'm going to leave my arms on the floor like this. I bring my right hand so that it's next to my chest. I slide my head so that my left ear is on the floor. So my left arm is bent in the pitchfork position. My left ear is on the floor. My right hand is by my chest. And I roll over towards that left-hand side and I bring my left knee up as well. So I'm supporting the underside of my body. Just hold yourself in this position. Don't tip yourself over it yet. So roll the left shoulder, hunch it up to your ear, and then roll it all the way down towards your waist. So you pull that shoulder blade down. Now I'm going to tip my body up, keeping that left shoulder blade down so that I feel the stretch in this chest, in the left chest here and in the left shoulder. But I've got to keep the shoulder blade down. If I let my shoulder scrunch up to my ear, then I don't feel the stretch. So lifting myself up, keeping that left ear on the floor. I'm now going to push my left arm into the floor. Pushing the left arm into the floor at a 20% contraction, keeping those shoulders pulled down to the waist. Breathing in and out, keeping that tension on the arm against the floor. Okay, I'm going to release that tension. Breathe in. On the out breath, tip the body up into that shoulder a bit more. So I'm pushing off the right hand, pushing off the right leg, trying to turn my tummy up so I'm facing you guys more. Now push that shoulder, keeping the shoulder down, push the left arm into the ground. So I'm pushing off the elbow, off the hand, off the forearm. I'm pulling that shoulder blade down towards my waist. Breathing in and out, keeping the alignment. And then I release that tension and I lift up into the stretch a bit more, pulling that shoulder blade back. Pulling that shoulder back. And release and go back to flat on your tummy. Now we're going to do the other side. So my right arm stays in that pitchfork position. I turn my head left, put my right ear to the floor. Bring my left hand by my chest, tip my body over, bring my left knee up, left ears to the floor. I roll my shoulder up to my ear and I pull that shoulder down towards the waist. I tip the body up against that arm. Hold myself here and I push that right arm into the ground, pushing that right arm into the ground. Breathing in and out, breathing in and out. Keeping that shoulder down, keeping the pressure through the hand, forearm, elbow. Release that tension and lift off that left hand a bit more. Feel the stretch in the front of the chest, or the front of it's not so much in the chest on this side for me, it's in that shoulder joint. Push that arm into the floor again. Breathing in and out. Keep pushing that arm into the floor. Release the push and lift the body further so you stretch that shoulder. And then release and come back onto your tummy. So I'm going to roll over onto my left-hand side, put my left arm under my head, supporting it, bend my knees up. Actually, I'm going to straighten the underneath leg and trap the top leg under the underneath leg so I support or stabilize the hips. I'm going to roll my right shoulder up to my ear, around and down, and then I'm going to take that right arm just straight up in the air. Straight up in the air, and then I'm going to let that arm hang backwards. Yeah, let it hang back, but keeping that shoulder blade down towards the waist. So I feel the stretch all the way down through that arm. Push that arm to straight. Feel the stretch all the way through the arm. Feel the stretch into the chest. And then just glide the hand down towards the waist and up towards the head. I'm hitting this. Wiggle forwards. Down towards the waist, up towards the head. So just moving the hand through like a couple of feet, not miles, not meters, just feet. So we change the angle of stretch on that chest. Pulling it up and down. Letting that really straighten that arm, push it away, feel the stretch down the length of the arm. Feel it into the shoulder. So if you want to add to this stretch, you can put a small weight in that hand. Okay, swing that arm back around, roll over onto your back and go over onto the other side. So underneath leg straight, top leg bent, trapped under. Support your head with your underneath arm. Top shoulder, so left shoulder rolling up to my ears, around and down. Lift that left arm up so it's straight up in the air. And then let that left arm hang backwards. Keeping that shoulder blade down. Stretch that arm, push that hand away from your body. Breathing in and out, push that hand away from the body. Keeping the shoulder down and then glide that hand up towards the head, down towards the waist, up towards the head, down towards the waist. Keep that arm straight. Good, up and down. Excellent. Okay, bring that hand back along the side and roll over onto your back. Roll over onto your back. Hands on the floor next to you. Slide your fingers under your bum. Roll your shoulders up to the ears into the floor. Slide them down. Roll the shoulders up to the ears into the floor. Slide them down. Hold them here. Slide the fingers under your bum. We're going to push up into the fish. So breathing in. On the out breath, push off those elbows and lift that breastbone into the sky and rest onto the top of your head. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, pushing that breastbone up to the sky. Breathing in and out. Squeezing, pushing the breastbone up. So we're resting on the elbows. The bum's on the floor and the head's on the floor, but the head needs to be light. So you're not putting a lot of pressure through your neck. The weight is in the elbows. Breathing in, breathing out and lower back down to the ground. Bring your left knee in, bring your right knee in, bring your nose to your knees, curling up the other way, curling up the other way. And then release, left leg to the floor, right leg to the floor. Slide the hands onto the bum, breathing in. On the out breath, push up off those elbows, come onto the top of your head again. Breathing in, stretch the ribs as you fill your lungs, breathing out and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Push those toes away from you. Drawing that core in, pushing the breastbone up, sliding those shoulders together underneath. Stretch the chin away. Breathing in and out. Squeeze the shoulder blades, breathing in and out. Squeezing them again. And then releasing and lowering. So I slightly lift my head off the ground as I lower to flat. Bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in. Hug those knees together. Bring the nose up to the knees. Lift that tailbone up high. And then release, put your legs on the ground again, lengthen them out. Fingers under your bum and push up and into the fish one more time. Pushing up, open the chest. Push those toes away, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Lengthen the toes, open the ribs, squeeze the shoulder blades, push off the bum, push off the elbows, take the chin away. Stretch the chest, stretch the neck, stretch the front of the body. And then release and lower back to the floor. Bring the left knee in, bring the right knee in. Hug your nose to your knees. Lift that tailbone up. Lift that tailbone up. Good. Okay, resting those feet back on the floor. Keep the knees bent. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor. Slide them down. Push the fingers towards the heels. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, into the floor. Slide them down the mat, push the fingers to the heels and lengthen those shoulders, lengthen that neck. Breathing in Breathing out, peeling the body up off the floor from the bum, coming up into a bridge. As you come up, feel the vertebra and discs separating and stretching. Hold yourself up high, squeezing from your bum. Lift those toes off the floor and wiggle them and spread them from each other. And just rest them lightly down, the weight's in the heels. Breathing in, breathing out, keep the shoulders on the floor. Roll yourself back down, one vertebra at a time, lengthening that neck and head away from you. Bum stays high, it's the last thing to come down onto the floor. When you get to the bottom, arch the back. Breathing in, turning the tailbone to the floor. Breathing out, flattening the back, lifting that tailbone up, peeling your body one vertebra at a time, all the way up, focusing on the weight on the heels. Keeping the knees hip distance apart, don't let them fall out. Lengthen that neck and head, push those fingers down towards the toes. Breathing in, breathing out, lowering yourself all the way back down to the ground again, pushing those fingers away from the head, lengthening the neck, keep the shoulders on the floor. Arms last thing down, arch the back at the bottom. Breathing in, breathing out, rolling all the way back up again, clenching with the bum, squeezing it, lifting high. You shouldn't feel this in your lower back. If you're feeling it there, you need to squeeze the bum harder and lift from the bum. You're pushing the bum to the sky. Lengthen the head away from the fingers. And just rock the head a little from side to side and check it's loose. Breathing in, breathing out, shoulders on the floor, lowering back to the ground again. All the way down. Arching the back at the bottom, breathing in, on the out breath, rolling all the way back up again. Holding yourself high, pushing those fingers to the heels, lengthen the head and neck, breathing in. On the out breath, take the arms over the head, all the way over, back to the hands on the floor. Back to the hands on the floor, keep those shoulders still. Shoulder blades are on the ground, breathing in. On the out breath, lower that body back down to the ground. Keep the arms and hands on the floor. Keep the shoulders on the floor. Separate the vertebra. All the way back down, bum's the last thing down. Arch the back at the bottom and bring the arms back over by your side. Breathing in. Breathing out, peeling the body all the way up again. Squeezing with the bum, working through that spine. Bring those arms over your head. Breathing in. On the out breath, keep those shoulders down and work through that chest. Working that upper back, mid back, using the tummy muscles, lower back. And bring the hands back by the side as you arch the back. Lift the feet off the floor one at a time. Take hold of your knees and lift the tailbone up. Bring your nose to your knees. Hug in tight. Good. Slide your feet back onto the floor. Take your legs out straight and turn over onto your tummy. Turning over onto your tummy. Forehead on the ground. Arms by your side. Toes away from you, legs out straight. So let's scan the body from the bottom. Feel the feet on the ground, the tops of your feet. Feel the big toe, little toes, they're the same angle to the floor. Feel through your knees, your thighs. Clench your bum. Tighten the thighs. Stabilize the legs. Draw in the core. So we're drawing in like we're stopping ourselves having a wee or passing wind. Drawing in, resting on that bottom rib, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, around to the waist and down. Up to the ears is 12 o'clock, up to the sky is 3 o'clock, down to the waist is 6, into the floor is 9. So we've got our clock on the side, so we're going up to the ears to 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we're staying at 4 o'clock with those shoulders. And we're bringing the hands into the sky as well, making sure the shoulders haven't fallen to 10 o'clock. They've stayed up at 4. Then we're going to complete the circle. Take the hands down to the floor, the shoulders go down to 6, down to 9. Bring the shoulders up to 12, up to 3, stay at 4. Bring those hands up in the air. Lengthen those legs away from you, keeping those shoulders at 4. Drawing in the core, making sure we haven't let go of the tummy. Engaging the glutes, engaging the thighs, lengthen the legs. Bring those shoulders all the way back down with the hands to the floor. Breathing in on the out breath, shoulders to 12, 3, 4, staying there, arms to the sky. Lengthen those legs away, drawing that core. Pulse those arms up 5 times. 5, 4, keep the shoulders at 4, 3, 2, 1, around the shoulders and arms to the floor and down. Breathing in, bring the shoulders up to 12, up to 3, up to 4, arms come up in the air, making sure the tummy's engaged, don't let that drop on the floor. Pulse the shoulders up, 5, 4, and the arms, 3, 2, 1, around and down. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, leaving at 4, arms coming up, and pulse them, 5, 4, 3, draw that core in, 2, 1, around and down. Bring the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, up to 4 o'clock, arms come up, and lift that head up, so the forehead's off the ground, eyes are looking straight down. This time we're going to lift the head with the shoulders, so we're bending head to toes as well as shoulder to shoulder. So breathing in on the out breath, lifting, 5, 4, 3, keep that tummy button lifted, 2, 1, around and down. Breathing in on the out breath, roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up, eyes come up, head comes up, lengthen the legs, make sure the tummy's elevated. Lifting the shoulders, 5, and the head, 4, 3, 2, 1, around and down. Breathing in on the out breath, bring the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, arms come up, draw in the core, lift up the head, so we're rotating on the bottom rib. Breathing in on the out breath, rotate on that bottom rib, lift the chest up and the arms, 5, 4, arms high, 3, 2, 1, around and down. Bend those elbows up and put those hands on the floor by the ears. Elbows are bent, they're by the chest. So we're now going to have a little breather from that and do the partial cobra. So lengthen those legs away from you, pointing those toes, drawing in that core. Push the pubic bone into the ground. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, up to the sky, leaving them at 4 o'clock. Breathing in on the out breath. Lengthening the body, lifting the front of the body off the floor, but keeping the bottom rib down. Just come up partially, so just leave the bottom rib down. So we work on engaging the tummy, so we're not bending that lower back. Really stretching that chest as if we're sliding forwards on the floor towards the bookcase or whatever's in front of you. Sort of pull your body forwards and then release down to flat. Breathing in. On the out breath, lifting yourself back up again. Lengthen those legs, point those toes away from the top of your head and pulling the elbows down towards your side, pulling your chest forwards. Breathing in, breathing out and lower. So the bend is all in the ribs. The tummy stays in neutral. The lower back stays in neutral. Breathing in, breathing out. Pulling the shoulders down, lifting, breathing, pulling those elbows towards the waist. Putting those elbows towards the waist, lengthening, drawing in the tummy, pushing on that pubic bone and lower. Okay, this time now we can put the hands by the side, by our chest. And we can come up onto the pubic bone. So we're going to roll the shoulders up to the ears, down the back, breathing in, lengthen the legs, breathing out, lifting the body off the ground. So we're pushing onto the pubic bone. So my whole tummy's lifted. Pull those shoulder blades down and push the chest forward. Lengthen the head, bringing your breastbone over your hands. Tighten the tummy and lower back down to the floor. So really working on the upper back is where it's bent, the bend is. Breathing in, breathing out, pushing those toes away from the head, pulling the shoulders down, lifting up off the floor, my whole tummy portion comes up straight. Pushing that breastbone forward, shoulders down, breathing in, breathing out and lower. Good, so we're trying to protect that lower back. The tummy comes up straight. Breathing in, come up onto the thighs this time. Breathing out, pushing the chest forward, shoulders back, lengthen the legs, lifting up. So we're coming up onto the thighs or onto your knees. Straightening your arms if you want. Pull those shoulders back and push that breastbone up and forward. Breathing in. On the out breath, lowering all the way back down to the floor. Lowering back down to the ground. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders round and down, lengthen the legs and pushing all the way back up again. All the way up onto your knees. Pushing the breastbone forward, opening up that chest. Breathing in and out and lower all the way back down to the floor. This time we're going to come right up onto the knees and then tighten the thighs. Breathing in. On the out breath, roll the shoulders back and down. Lengthen the legs, lifting all the way up onto the knees. Straighten those elbows. Tighten the thighs and just lift those knees up off the ground. So my tummy's engaged, no sagging in the lower back, pushing forward with the chest, reaching the top of my head away from my toes, and then lowering down to the floor again. Good, okay. Turning the inside of your elbows forwards when you're up. So breathing in, breathing out, roll the shoulders back, lengthen the toes away from the head, peeling the body up off the floor, pushing the head forward, up onto those straight arms, tighten the arms and turn those elbows forward, tighten the thighs, lift the knees up off the ground, open the chest. So I keep on the tops of my feet with this. Yep, perfect. Lengthening, lengthening, open the chest. Now drop the knees to the floor, bum in the air, and we do child pose, bum in the air. Stretching that back out, head on the floor. Pull those fingers forward so you stretch your armpits and your shoulders. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Walk the hands to the left-hand side of the mat and let the bum slide to the right. And stretch that lower back on the right. And then walk the hands to the middle and over to the right-hand side of the mat and stretch the bum on the left. Come back up to center, come back up onto all fours. So hands are under shoulders, middle fingers are parallel, knees are under the hips. Push the back up into the sky, cat and dog. Eyes to the knees, sink the back down, eyes coming up, lengthening the body. Spread those buttocks. Pushing the back up, so turning the elbows pointing forward and pulling the knees outwards on the mat so we're engaging the bum. And then sinking down and eyes come up. And really stretching. Pulling the knees apart and then come into neutral spine. Neutral spine, take the left hand, palm up and thread the needle, pushing it through under the other arm. So pushing it, trying to reach as far as we can with those fingers and trying to push off this right hand. Pushing off this right hand, trying to get my right shoulder up to the ceiling. Trying to push my left shoulder under my body into the floor. Breathing in and out. Pushing up onto the all fours again. Take the right hand, palm up and push that through. Dropping my cheek onto the floor or the side of my head on the floor, and I'm pushing off that left arm, pushing that right hand through. Pushing and turning. Breathing in and out. Coming back up onto all fours. Go through with that left hand again. Pushing through as far as we can, trying to turn the body. And this time take that right arm up into the air and try to turn it over. Trying to take it behind us and then bring it back down onto the floor. Pushing up off the hands. Take that right hand, palm through. Lifting up off the left arm and bring the left arm in the air and let that hang back. And bring that back down to the floor. Coming back up onto all fours, we're going to go back onto our tummy again. Back onto our tummy, take hold of the right foot in the right hand, left foot in the left hand. Knees together on the floor, Breathing in, breathing out. Push those knees away, keeping the forehead on the ground. Let those knees lift up off the ground. Let those shoulders relax. Breathing in and out and release. Breathing in. On the out breath, push those feet into the hands. Let those knees lift up off the floor. Let those shoulders stretch. Breathing in, breathe out. Push those feet up higher to the sky. Trying to push those feet up higher, tense the bum, push the pubic bone into the floor and release. Breathing in. On the out breath, push those feet away from you, up into the sky. Breathing in, lengthen the shoulders, lengthen the arms. Breathing out. Push those feet higher, each out breath. Breathe in and out, pushing higher and release. Hold on to your feet, keep hold of your feet though. Breathing in, on the out breath, push those feet away and let the upper body come up, keep the knees down. So try to stretch those shoulders, stretch that upper body. Breathing in, breathe out and lower. Breathe in, breathe out and push away. Breathe out and push away further. Breathe in, breathe out, push away a little bit further and release. This time we lift the legs and the upper body. Breathing in. Breathe out, push the feet up into the sky, lifting the upper body and the knees. Breathing in, on the out breath, push up and open the chest, open the hips. Breathe in, breathe out and lift again, higher again. And then release, let go of your feet. Bend those arms, let them come up next to your ears. And just take a breath here, breathing in and out. Breathing in, on the out breath, lift those hands and forearms up. Keep the elbows on the floor and then lower. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift the hands and forearms up and then lower. Breathing in, on the out breath, lift the hand and forearms up and lift the whole arm up. Whole arm up in the air, but try to get the hand above the elbow. Touch the elbow down to the floor, keep the hands up and lift the elbow on the out breath. Breathe in, lower the elbow to the floor. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower, lengthen your head away from your toes. Breathe out and lift. Breathe in and lower. Breathe out and lift. Holding it here, draw the tummy in, make sure that's off the ground. Lengthen those legs, nice and long from the top of your head. Pass the arms up 3 times. 3, 2, 1. And lower the elbows to the floor. Breathing in. Breathe out, lift the arms up. Lengthen the head and away from the toes, drawing in that core. Pass the arms up. 3, 2, 1. Touch the elbows down. Lift the elbows up. Pulsing. 3, 2, 1. Breathing out, touch the elbows down. Breathe in at the bottom. Breathe out, lift those elbows up and lift the head off the floor as well. Lengthen the head away from the toes. Straighten those legs so the knees and feet are off the ground. Hold the arms up here. Drawing in the core. Pulsing just the arms. 3, 2, 1. And release down to the ground. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in, on the out breath, lengthen the legs away from the head, lifting those hands and forearms up. Bring that head off the ground. Tighten the thighs and bring those knees and feet off the ground. Pulsing the arms up last time, 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Breathing in and out. Rolling over onto your side, onto your left-hand side. Keep the bottom leg straight. Put the top leg so that it hooks under. Both hands away from you. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring that top arm all the way over your body and reach it away. Turning the head to face that hand. Breathing in and out. Pushing those fingers away from each other. And bring those hands back together. Breathing in on the out breath. Bring that all the way over. Opening, pushing those fingers away from each other. Turning that head, so we're pushing the fingers away from each other. We're pushing the right shoulder away from the right hip. Right hip away from the right knee. And then bring those hands back together. One more time. Bring that arm all the way over. Push those fingers away from each other, turning the head, trying to get the right ear on the floor. Trying to keep the right knee on the floor, really stretching those arms away from each other. And then bringing those hands back together. Rolling over onto the other side. Pushing the arms straight out on the floor. Trap the top knee under the bottom leg. Bring that top arm all the way over. Trying to push that shoulder on the floor. Trying to push that left ear on the floor. Pushing the right hand away from the left hand. And then bringing those hands back together. Breathing in on the out breath, opening the arms up and lengthen the head from the right toes, pushing yourself straight. And bring those arms back together. And again, breathing out, bring those arms apart. Pushing the fingers away from each other and then bringing those arms back together. One more. All the way over, arms apart, pushing the fingers away from each other. And then bringing those hands back together. Rolling over onto your back. Hugging those knees into your chest, just lift your tailbone up, bringing your nose to your knees. Bring your nose to your knees. Okay, put your legs out straight on the ground and take hold of your stick. Breathing in on the out breath, slide the stick down your legs and roll yourself up to sitting. Roll yourself up to sitting. Roll the stick down towards your feet. Soften your knees. And push those knees into the ground. Roll the shoulders back and lift the stick up. Lift the stick up. Push the stick forward over your feet and then sit yourself up straight. Take the stick straight up in the air and then bring that stick down towards the back of your head. Good. Take that stick. So the elbows are bent, take that stick away from your head so it's not touching your body, it's going backwards. Touch it against your shoulders. Take it backwards. Touch it against your shoulders. Take it back. Push it straight up into the sky. And you can use the tension of the stick by pulling the hands away from each other. Hold the hands on the stick but pull them away and then that gives you tension with those arms. Bend those arms down again. Keeping the stick away from your flesh. Pushing the stick up high. Keep those shoulders open. Pull yourself forward onto your front bottom. Bring that stick down. Good. Push that stick up. Bring that stick forwards over your head. Reach yourself forward above your toes with it. Drop it, soften the knees and drop the stick past your feet. So you've got it on the soles of your feet. Push your toes away and let it stretch your shoulders and your arms. Breathing in and out. So my pelvis is forward. I'm sitting on my front bottom. Good. Release the toes. Bring the stick onto your thighs. Lift yourself up to vertical, so I'm on my front to middle bottom. Knees are soft. Push those, let those knees drop down if you can. Bring the stick to the chest. Breathing in on the out breath, push that stick up high. Bring that stick down behind you. Hold that stick here. Okay, chins up, leaning back a touch, turning around to the right. Back to center. Turning left, back to center. Turning right, back to center. So I'm leaning back a little bit, turning left, back to center. So opening the chest, turning right. Now push that stick with the hands away from you, behind your body. Turning back to center, keeping the stick off your back. Turning around to the right, keep the stick off the back. Turning back to the center, push that stick up into the sky. Bring that stick over your body. Hold it horizontal, sitting up tall, curling ourselves down to the floor. Curling ourselves down to flat. Keep the stick off your thighs. Shoulders back onto the floor, breathing in on the out breath, chin into the chest, rolling ourselves all the way up to vertical. Stick up in the air, bring it down behind your body. Last exercise, rolling down to flat, keeping it here. Don't thump down. Ooh, don't thump down. Don't thump down. Good. Breathing in on the out breath. Oh, I don't know if I can do this. We'll see. Rolling back up. Oh, I can't do it. Push the hands to the sky if you can't do it. But we need to try to be able to keep the shoulders back. So stick up in the air. Arms horizontal. Reaching forwards. Bend and stretch that back. Pop the stick on the floor past your feet. Yeah, just leave it on the floor. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Left hand on right knee, right hand behind. Turn that body. Push off the back arm. Stay up straight. Come back to center. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind. Lifting up tall, turning. And come back to center. Pop the hands on the floor behind. Push the chest forward. Take the arms out wide all the way up into the sky. Push those fingers up into the sky. Look at that clear, cloudless blue sky up there above my head. Breathing in on the out breath, bring those arms down wide. Pop them on your knees and roll your shoulders. Well done. Good. Hopefully you feel more open in your chest and shoulders.